please exit the chambers quietly. We still have some additional business to conduct here. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
28 is an ordinance.
28, discussion. Favoring, opposed? Oh, we do have some discussion. Councilman Robinson.
Yes, Mr. Chair, thank you for giving me just a moment. In front of you all, colleagues, you will see a map that my office...
Councilmember, if you could just give me 1 second. Let's give everyone a...
Absolutely.
Folks, need you to exit out quickly if you plan to exit out so we could complete the rest of the meeting. Sorry about that, Councilman Robinson.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I've got a map in front of you that my office has distributed. This is a moment of, in some ways, celebration for our office at large too. This is our district, this is the city, and it represents a map that is a real collaborative effort from a number of departments and initiatives ongoing with the city. You'll see at the top left that highlighted there is the Bayou Greenways 2020, part of the Houston Parks Initiative and the referendum that passed on the recent election. You'll see down below on the left in the legend a very helpful set of details and graphics. You can see, among other things, the existing bikeways that is existing today on the ground in gray, funded trails, trails in progress, and these things, all of which are related to the Bayou Greenways initiative. Perhaps the thing that I'm celebrating the most is the top line on that graphic, which says center point lines. For those of us paying attention to the media, we've got our transmission lines with a great bipartisan collaborative effort in the legislation in Austin. And this is a key element to linking our greenways and bayous together for all the green space that's going to link our parks, our recreational rights-of-way, and connectivity throughout the city. I need to give an appropriate shout out to our friends in the Parks Department, Director Turner, for his leadership and willingness to get this document to us, as well as Lucy Correa, our friend who pulled this together in an extraordinarily quick fashion. They've been a great resource to my office. Also, the Department of Public Works and Engineering, I think, deserves credit for their role in this collaborative effort. So I urge you all, we are going to, after this meeting, the office will send you a digital PDF version of this, so all the district council members can drill down and look at their territory. And again, remember that this exhibits both what's on the ground today, what's in planning, funded for, as well as those things that will be in place by year 2020. So hats off to this great effort, and thank you very much.
Appreciate your work on this, Councilman. Councilman Villegas.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. I just want to ask my colleagues to support this item in regards to the one that affects District I that has been worked on for some time is the Mason Park pedestrian bridge. That is a partnership between TxDOT and the City of Houston. There at Mason Park, there is no connection for pedestrians or cyclists to go from the north side of Mason Park to the south side of Mason Park. The only way you can do that is going on the vehicular bridge of 75th Street, and the sidewalk there is very narrow. So with this pedestrian bridge, individuals will have the easy access for both sides of the park. Mason Park is divided by Grace Bayou. You have the north side where you have soccer fields, you have the wetlands, and then on the south side you have the main part of the park with some ball fields. So with this pedestrian bridge, pedestrians and cyclists will have easy access for both sides of the park. So I ask for your support on this. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Charlie.
I'm really excited about all of this. Very, very positive about it, but I have had some questions about, with what my colleague said about Centerpoint and the legislature and that change. one of the things that I have run into, those unintended consequences we talked about, and I talked to my colleague, Councilmember Costello, about it a year or so ago. The CenterPoint easements and CenterPoint properties are not exempted from rebuild.
That's correct.
Then we put these hike and bike trails on and they become impervious. At what point and who assumes the responsibility for the rebuild? And I know this may be straying a little bit, but these are things that as a whole of looking at moving forward with these opportunities, is who is responsible then? Is CenterPoint picking up that bill, continue to pick up that bill when it becomes impervious on their property?
If we could pause real quick, Attorney Feldman, can you address that? You know, Craig, you talked to you.
Yeah, the improvements under the license agreement, which is actually a different item. Under the license agreement, the responsibility would be assumed by the Parks Board. So CenterPoint would have no liability for a drainage fee. I think that's what you're referring to.
So the Parks Board would be responsible?
That is correct.
So they factor that into their ongoing cost going forward?
I have no idea what they have or have not factored in.
I'm asking the question because I know there's a lot of folks that are asking us, we're partnering and coming in and building on these easements, and I want to make sure that we understand the full picture. So it just brought this to light when my colleague mentioned about the CenterPoint changes. But thank you so much, and we appreciate CenterPoint support.
Thank you. And I think that CenterPoint item is actually coming up later in the agenda, but we'll try to find out as well about the impervious cover. Councilor Boykins.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I agree with Councilman Mustardi. Look forward, and I have had discussions with CenterPoint in terms of future development and bearing lines and who will pay and all that good stuff. I look forward to that. But really, I was chiming in to compliment my colleague, Councilmember David Robinson, on providing this information and taking the lead on this. I hope you're taking the lead, and I see Sims and Gray's by you on this matter. So I just want to thank you for what you're doing and look forward to working with you on this. All right.
Thank you. No further discussion. Just moving to vote. Favoring, opposed, item carries.